All right, everybody drinks coffee at the beginning of their YouTube video. As do I. $5 a day, every single market day for the past 30-ish calendar days. So I started on the 13th of May, 2024. It's now the 13th of June. That's not exactly 30 days. 30 days would have been the 11th. I have that highlighted on my spreadsheet that I'll show you very shortly. But $5 a day, I've invested $110 into VOO by doing this every market day, $5 a day. And let's see what the results are. There's a lot of people out there that'll do calculators, and screw these up. We'll run calculators if we want to, but I want you to be able to look back on this, or me, it's actually for me. I want to be able to look back on this a year from now and say, oh wow, this really does work, or oh wow, this really doesn't work. It does, as long as the market performs well, which we'll look at a graph here in a minute and we'll kind of see that it always does. So anyways, $5 a day, a lot of people will sell you on like, don't buy a Monster. That's kind of what that wasn't my initial thought, because I'm addicted to Monster energy drinks. So I kind of stopped buying them, but I still buy them every once in a while. But I was buying like 2 a day, which was very expensive. It was well over $5 a day for market days, right? So $5 a day, they're looking at $25 a week if the market's open all week. I was easily spending $30, $40 on Monsters, drinking 2 of them every single day. Also, my heart was going to explode, so we got to stop that. But let's look at the spreadsheet. Let's shift over. The spreadsheet, as you can see, I've got my investment column. That's every day. I've got a date. The weeks, I wouldn't really worry about that too much, because that's just quarter 2, week 7. This is of the year, not that big of a deal. But, you know, what I like about this is that you're dollar cost averaging every single market day for $5. So as you can see, the amount of shares that I'm able to get every single day is different, which is good, because if it was the same and I bought all of it on this one day, well, that would be the best day, because that was the lowest price it's ever been. But you can't get you can't invest $110 on the 13th of May to get it at this lowest price. This is the best shot you're gonna get at getting the best average price. If you look over here, let me see if we're in the window or not. I do like a weekly roundup column status here, our little spreadsheet every week, and it'll show you I invested 25, and then this is total investment, total shares that we own up to this point. This one I get like a little weekly breakdown so I can see where I'm at every week. What I like right now is this was last week, the end of last week, we were tracking at a 1.14% return on the investment. I've only got 4 weeks of data here, so of course I can't see I can say that I can see a trend of it going up, but as you can see, it was, you know, 0.68, then 0.36, then, you know, week 9 had a bad week. But now here at week 10, we're looking good. And then we'll bring up the Robinhood app, but which is the brokerage I use. But week 11, we're looking very good. It's almost double, I think, of so far pre-market today. You know, who knows what's going to happen. But, and then I have over here just a little spot that just shows you how much I have invested, how much I own, and that's it. That's all I really care about over there. But let's look at the app. Or no, should we just look at the website? Let's look at the website.
A few moments later.
VOO right now is at $499. That is the highest it has been since I started putting $5 every day into VOO. So, that being said, we can scroll down here and you can see, where is it? I passed it, didn't I? My total return is at 2.63%. Now that's today. I don't know if we're gonna hold $500 throughout the rest of the week. I don't know. but that's pretty good. Already 30 days in, we're tracking on, you know, getting to and beating almost some high yield savings accounts. So I gotta say, over 10 years, this is probably gonna do pretty well, if I had to guess. Now you may be asking, why would I choose VOO? I like VOO. VOO's nice. It's a nice ETF. It's not a mutual fund. It's a nice ETF. It's passively managed, large cap stocks. It tracks the S&P 500. We're getting a little portion of everything. So as long as the market does well, we will do well. We're never going to beat the market, but that's okay. I'm not trying to beat the market with this. Usually people who try to beat the market fail, and I don't like failing. So for $5 a day over years and years and years, as long as I stay with the market, I think we're going to be having a good time later on in life. So, and also, this is just kind of an experiment to do. I should have explained that in the beginning of the video. I'll probably get better at that as the videos progress, because I plan on making more and more of these videos. But as you can see, if you don't know anything about VOO, it's the Vanguard S&P 500 tracking ETF. Breaks it down into these sectors. Robinhood does a pretty good job of showing that. Technology, financial services. If you were trying to do investments in single stocks, it would be pretty difficult to do with $5 a day. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you've attempted that, and you're like, man, I'm kind of going nowhere. I've been there, I've done that, and I think for the money, for $5 a day, this ETF is a great way to get your money making money. So, but as you can see, if you were trying to get Microsoft and Apple and Nvidia and Amazon, it's not possible to do that on your own for $5 a day or for a low amount of money. So these ETFs really are great. You don't have to use VOO if you're doing something like this. I used to use VOO, VTI, and VUG. Those were like the three that I used previous to liquidating everything. Had some big purchases we needed to make, but those were the ones that I used, and they performed very well. And then single stocks, I would still do that a little bit. My kind of mantra for that is like to buy things that I use. Like for my phone, I'm an AT&T user, so I bought AT&T, and they would pay a dividend now, and eventually the idea was you would get your bill paid by them. And that's kind of all I'm trying to do here, is be able to at some point have this Vanguard VOO account be able to pay a bill for me. It will pay a dividend out quarterly. I don't know what that is yet. I will be doing videos when we start getting those dividend payments. Back to the spreadsheet though, I will not be adding those dividends will not be added in. Like, they won't be added in as like investments. It will just be added in as shares owned. So the shares will go up. And that way when I'm tracking it, I'm still only tracking how much I'm investing into VOO. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I don't want to boost the numbers of how much like say I get a dividend payment of $5. I'm not going to add that into my investment column, because that would screw up over here in my total investments. That would screw that number up. I only want this number to be what I've put in. That way, when in the future I'm looking like, okay, crap, I put 10 grand into this over time, over roughly 9 years, right? So 9 years, you'd be about 10 grand at this, because you should have, oh God, what is it? Like 1260 in a year annually. If you are investing $5 a day with the amount of market days, don't quote me on, I believe that. I believe what I just said. Let's look at a calculator. Well, I'll look at a calculator because I don't know how to stream the calculator. But divide that by $5 a day. Yeah, 252. I believe there's 252 market days. I believe. Well, we can look that up. Should we look that up? See here.
One eternity later.
All right, so there are 252 trading days in a year. So after 252 days, you should have $1,260 in your VOO or whatever, your $5 a day. You want to be able to see that return. So back to my spreadsheet, I don't want that to mess that up. At the end of the year, I want to see 1260 right here in my total investment. So I don't want the dividends to cut into that and inflate that, because that's not money that it is money that I invest, right? It is money that I get, but it's automatically reinvested through Robinhood. So, or through my brokerage, your brokerage, if you were also doing something similar to this. I've got that all reinvested. So I don't want to see that. That may sound weird. That may be wrong. If there's finance guys out there that know what you're talking about and I'm wrong, please let me know. But in my mind, I want to see just the money that's come out from my job, like my paycheck. I'm taking $5 and investing it. The dividends are just a reward for letting these people have my money for a period of time. So I may be wrong. I don't think I am, though. That being said, what other information could I let you have? I think one of the main things to do here is I have all of these on an auto investment. For the first half of this, all the way up until Memorial Day, actually, I was investing daily myself. I was like logging in, and that got difficult because I almost forgot like 3 times. And consistency is the key here for all of this stuff. As with anything, literally everything in life, consistency is the key. But I just set it up as to reinvest or to automatically invest. Does a couple of things. You can't choose what time it invests. So like before, I was trying to invest around lunchtime every day, where there was kind of like a lull in the market every day. Things kind of hang a little lower there. And it was hard to make sure that like at 11 o'clock I was on my phone. You know, I have a job, right? We all have jobs. I have things that I do. And it's hard to make sure that at that time of day I'm there investing. So with the reoccurring thing, it kind of puts it all in. They lump you in with a huge market order that they're doing for everybody who's placing a market order, maybe in a limit order. I'm not really sure, but you may not get the best price of the day, but with dollar cost averaging, do you really care? I mean, we're talking about every day for years. Are we really going to look back at June 4th and be like, oh man, I could have gotten that at 483.60? So I think in the grand scheme of things, it's okay. So I encourage that if you are also into this. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to make videos I'm going to do like an update video like every 30-ish days. I don't know. I don't really know what the quantifier should be. Should it be days or should it be amount of money? Because it could be either. I'm targeting 1260 for the year. So, I mean, we could divide that by however many videos I want to make, I guess, and just do one every $100 or every $200 invested. I don't really know. But for now, I think 30 days is good. I'll probably make like an update video if I get a dividend or something like that, or if something happens, if there's some news that I like, but I'm not gonna track the news. The beauty of it is like I'm not gonna track the news of Microsoft and Amazon and Apple and Google, like all this stuff that if you were trying to do this individually, you'd have to try and keep track of. You'd have to be logging in all the time. You just set this and forget it, and your wallet will thank you later. So take that with what you want. If you don't like it, that's fine. I don't really care what you like. I like it, so, you know. Wow, that's a good tagline. I don't care what you like. Anyways, let me know if you have any questions or anything. I'm going to drink the rest of this coffee and not actively invest in anything because it's already set up for me and I don't have to. Enjoy the rest of your day.